So I showed you guys the other day how to build inverter catcher ramps, and I stopped halfway through because we were going to do a full loop, but then I thought, let's not do a normal full loop. Let's show you how to make these container spiral loops, the sideways ones. So you're going to want to start off, see, we're already at the top, so at the top is the easiest one. The easiest one, you can have it so it's perfectly horizontal, perfectly sideways. So that one's as simple as floating a green container at the top of those ramps. But the next one, you're going to want it so that it kind of tilts downwards. So first thing you do is pick up a ramp. You're going to rotate it so that the fat part is pointing towards you. I think I did that wrong. I'm sorry, yeah, you did the fat part away from you. Sorry. You're going to glitch it into the box, and you're going to slowly lower it so that you see the graphic right above the edge of the box right there. Because when you do the switch glitch, it lowers a tick. Watch, see? Now it lowered and it met up with there. This part requires a whole lot of just estimation about distances and heights on your own. So there might be other techniques out there. I'm not sure. This is the one that I've been using right now for this second half coming back down. So you're going to turn your green container, you're going to float it up, you're going to turn it sideways, and you're going to do the switch glitch from the construction to the green block. When you do this, the most important part is to make sure that the ramp that you just laid down isn't overlapping the one underneath it. So what I mean by that is the second one must be a little bit higher on all of its lips than the one before to make sure your car doesn't just grind into it and stop. So we're going to repeat the same process moving on down, but we can't do the center like we did before because eventually you can't put the green containers on top of it. So when that happens, what you got to do is you got to move it over to the side over here. So for this next part, you're going to want to float it up again like we were, but you're going to float it so that about the center of the ramp is right on the edge of the container right there, right around there. We're going to make a sloppy one. I would take more time normally to do this the other way if I was making like a genuine race, but this one we're just trying to show you how it's done. So after that, you can take a blueberry, you're going to make it lined up exactly with the walls. So you want it to be lined up to glitch it sideways in a distance that's a little bit less than the distance of one green container down the ramp. And then you're going to pick up a green container, you're going to rotate it sideways so it's the same direction again, and you're going to move glitch it into the side of that little wall that's now sitting on the ramp. I'm just trying to turn it sideways so it's the right angle really quick here, because if you have it twisted at all, you're going to end up with lips on the side. There we go. When you do that, you're going to raise it up. You're going to want it so that it's actually sticking a little bit above the previous container and overlapping into it some. That'll be the best way for you to get seams where you get very little car bounce or car stoppage. And there you go. It's a pretty good stick right there. And so you're going to kind of repeat this process going on down here, but it's not just that simple. You have to switch it up actually a couple times in similar but different ways. So we're going to move on down. We're going to float up the ramp. We're going to lower down a little bit under a container, you know. And then we're going to put 2 more ramps on, because each time we're doing this, we're adding a ramp. So the first one was 1 ramp, the last one was 2 ramps, and this one we're going to do 3. That increases the angle every single time going down. This is the way you can build spirals going down. There's a different method for building them going upwards. I'll show you that in a different video. You know, why not? Save some for the future. So take your blue ball again. Glitch it onto the side of the ramp over here. It kind of doesn't matter if it's the front of the wall or the back of the wall. I tend to like the front of the wall, but if it's flipped sideways, I just leave it as it is because it's easier than trying to rotate it so that it's lined up right. So there you go. You're gonna pick up a green container. You're gonna rotate it sideways. Try to get it as exact as possible. There's other ways of lining up objects so they point the right way you want, but every single time I try to do this glitch, they never seem to work for me. So I just usually stick the old way, hand make these things. So see, push it out and it raises it up because of the angle of the wall there. There you go. See? Not bad. Edges look nice. So whenever you finish one of these, you're going to always want to grab your blue ball and put it on the ground rather than pick it up and delete it, because it's a pain in the frickin' ass trying to line that thing up again. So again, we're going to do 4 containers this time. Just got to rotate that ramp so it's the same direction. You can always stack the second one to the third one. You got to do the switch glitch. Use the machine box. And then for the 4th ramp, you got to use the sign because the machine box doesn't work anymore. It's too high of an angle. The sign still works. Pick up your sign again. Glitch it on the inside of that ramp so that it is lined up to make the next object, which is now 3 ramp angles instead of 2. So you can see how it's increasing every time. You can of course mix and match these things. You can you can mess with medium ramps and large ramps and all that stuff instead of just stacking the smalls. But I like sticking with the smalls because they're consistent, they're even, they're metered, they're 1, 2, 3, and 4. They just obviously the grade increases as many ramps you put on. So again, doing the switch glitch here, making sure all the seams are nice and straight. There might be times that you place your ramps too low, thereby making your blue wall too low, thereby making your green containers too low, but there's ways to fix that too. I think we actually do that in this build a little later here, and I'll show you that coming up here. So we're going to repeat this process until here, because right now we just ran into the 4th stacked ramp. You don't want to stack the ramps more than 4 because it becomes redundant. I'll show you why. So again, right now I think I'm just trying to line it up because I think there was a small seam on the bottom that would stop the car from rolling around and hit one of the dead walls. Yeah, that looks about right. Yay! So guys, I hope you like these tutorials. If this one doesn't make sense to you, I apologize. I'm not a teacher, I'm just a pizza guy. I'm doing my best to try to explain this in a way that makes sense to you guys while at the same time showing it to you. If there's terms in here I fly by and expect you to know, it's because maybe it was in previous tutorials. This one should be like the 7th or the 8th or something like that. So if you haven't seen the previous tutorials, go check those out, because some of the things I'm showing you in here, you learn in the wall ride, you learn in the inverters, or you learn in all kinds of other ones. So anyway, so right now we're switching directions. We did the 4 ramps. So what you're going to do now is you're going to drop another ramp underneath, but you can rotate it around, so you got the fat side towards you now, and you're going to put 2 and then 3, because we're going from 1, 2, 3, 4, and then back down to 3 again. So just wait for that. Click, 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 click. Okay, now the blue wall, this time we were putting it on, if we're facing this direction, on the left side. This time we're going to put it on the right side, because you can only glitch the green containers onto the top of the blue wall. So you have to have it tilted for there to be a top, basically. So right now we're trying to put it in the side of here. These ones can be a little more difficult sometimes because of the angle. It's kind of harder to see. It's kind of harder to line this part up. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward this for you guys. Alright, and that about does it right there. So we got that stuck in there. You're going to want to make it so the blue wall is actually inside the container above it just a little bit when you look on the side. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to glitch another green container sideways. You're going to rotate it. Pay close attention to where those doors on the side of your containers are sticking out. You can see the sideways doors. You're going to want to put them, always consider where they might stick out if something overlaps wrong. See, if those ones above it had flipped the other way, we'd have doors on the ramp run area. So again, always rotate them the right way. It's easy to lose track, especially when building these kinds of stunts. So we're going to continue on here. I'm going to speed this up a little bit and double speed the footage because we're doing a lot of repeating at this point. So this time you're going to use 2 ramps instead of 3. As you can see, the blue barrier, it's sticking just a little bit inside the green one above it. Pick up another green container, go ahead and place it down. When you see me pick it up quick like that and put it down, what I'm really doing is I'm grabbing an existing item, I'm pressing don't grab and put it back down so it goes back to where it is. And the item that you're now holding is that item. A lot of times when you do that, it'll also be facing the same direction as the one you just picked up and dropped. So when you see me, after I place an item, pick one up that I need off of the existing ramp and let go really quick, that's what I'm doing. I'm switching to that category really quick in a way that makes it fast, but it's also a little dangerous. If you lose track and press the wrong button, you might delete a prop. So use your own caution whenever you do that little trick that you see me doing where I'm grabbing an item that exists and using it after letting go. So again, we use the 2 ramps, the 3 ramps, the 1 ramp, we move our way down. So this one, since we're at the one that goes straight up and down, you don't need any ramps. You can just literally float it. So we're going to float that up here. You're going to want to make sure the seams are all lined up, which is kind of hard to see sometimes when it's halfway invisible like it is. See, I messed up there. So we're going to take a couple tries at this. Again, rotate. Make sure that it's really embedding into the one above it. If you have any gaps, that's where you're gonna start, like, you're gonna have a bad time if you pizza instead of hot dog. So yeah, I'm gonna rotate that, try to get the seams lined up. My way I do that, if I remember doing this by hand, is I try to like look at literally where the ghosts of the ridges come out of the item above it, that is the easiest way to see if you got it lined up sometimes. I wish they had another way of doing it besides the right and left bumpers too. Those things are so clunky and not analog that it's just these herky-jerky turn movements. So I'm going to put this one right here because this is the one that goes straight up and down. And now that we're past the straight up and down part, you're going to want to start to angle the green containers so that they're now doing the swoop catcher part. So we're going to pick up a ramp and you're going to put it down underneath. We can put this one in the center. That's fine because we're going to do the switch glitch for that. And you're going to have it so the fat part's pointing away from you now. I put that way, way, way too far in. Voila, there you go. Let's go one, try to make it smoother. As you can see, this kind of ramp can be frustrating, and it's not perfect in the technique of building it, but when it's done, you have yourself a really nice, mighty structure. So again, we're going to go to the edge of this so that we can line everything up center. You're going to place it on the edge. You're going to lower the ramp, not that far underneath it. You just need enough so that the wall that you place on it will overlap into the container. Like you can see, it's sticking just barely inside right there. We're going to do the pickup item glitch. We're going to rotate the green container and then move glitch it into the side of the blue wall there, making sure that it's high enough so that it overlaps again, just like the others. If it doesn't overlap, you're going to end up running into it. You're going to have a bad time. See, you can see it was overlapping, sticking out some. That means my blue fence is too far forward, so we're going to move it back. We're going to try again. This is the part where it just takes a guesstimation and estimation. Sometimes it's kind of hard to tell where the items are going to actually contact, float, and end up. So you can see that one from this side, it looks like it should have enough space, but sometimes it can be a little deceptive. So we're just going to keep trying because this part, it can be a little difficult to line up every now and then. Good thing we're in double speed, otherwise this would take even longer. Is that it? Not quite. This is where race creating isn't for everybody. It takes patience, and you cannot be afraid to tear down anything that you built in order to fix it, because nobody wants to drive a broken thing anyways. So, just to show you guys, I'm not perfect either. I take a lot of time to do these things every now and then. Sometimes I make them look easy. But not today. So let's go and just fast forward this footage right here as fast as we can go because it's going to take a minute here. So anyways, I want to tell you guys thank you for helping me. I'm at 1,100 subscribers. I was just at 1,000 last week. A lot of you have been asking about face cam. I can't do a face cam until I have a secondary computer that can record that at the same time record voice. So that one's going to be a little while, sorry to say, but I just wanted to give you that answer because I noticed like 3 people asked me in recent comments lately. So yeah, that one's going to be a little while, but I'll get there eventually, guys. So oh, look, we did it. So we're going to repeat that process. That was the 2 ramp version. Now we're going to do the 1 ramp version. Again, at the edge, try to line it up so that it's somewhere right around the same as the other one. Put the center of the ramp around the edge of the green container is a pretty good measurement because we're going to put the blue ramp right here. In fact, we're going two ramps in a row right here, if you noticed. I think I wanted to get a little more downward acceleration. You can do that too. You can repeat the number of ramps in a row if you want. It takes a little extra effort to line it up right because the blue wall might move an inch or 2 and it needs to be nice and smooth, but I did 2 of the 2 angled ramps for the green container right there, and it's going to give me a much stronger down swoop when it comes time for me to come down that ramp, increasing the amount of speed when you come out of there. So that apparently was on purpose. I must have forgot that I did that, but I mean, I obviously did that. So that was the 2 ramp. Let's move it down to the 1 ramp underneath. But why am I doing another? Oh, I'm sorry, it's 3 ramp. Doe. We're increasing the angle at this point. It's easy for me to get confused even, you know? That just happens sometimes. So we're going from 0 ramps to 1 ramp to 2 to 3 here. No, 0 to 1 to 2 to 2 to 3. So, again, guys, I hope this makes sense. What I've been saying here, the tutorial instructions. Like I said, I'm not a teacher. I'm not going by any kind of like um, I don't know, script or something like that. I'm just going by what I know and how I know to do it. I learned by watching Xzula's stream. You know, Xzula's Reloaded. You ever see his channel up there? He's pretty cool. He had a stream where he showed how to make these once, and so I just kind of watched it. And that's how I learned. I know a couple of the other guys out there. I've seen them on some of the comment pages for tutorials for corkscrews too. So don't be fooled. Some people act like they made it up. I've seen your comments out there, guys. Don't pretend. So, anyways, blue wall right here. This one's one of the tighter ones because you can see I put the ramp way too close. But if you change the angle that you're looking through there, you can find an angle that works right. And I think that's it right there. You can see the blue wall sticking just barely into the green container at the angle. And let's see if this works. Yeah. Yeah. That's great. See? Swoop, swoop, swoop. So that's the 3 ramp one. You can stack the ramps, or you can put the ramps one after the other like you were building a long ramp if you want. Anything to get you to the part where you're lined up next to the green container with that blue wall near it. So anything that gets you there, whatever method you need to use, that's okay by me. Wait, what am I doing here? Is this 4 now? Yeah, it's 4 now. That wall stuck weird. Voila. So, any of you guys that are new here, because I get new subscribers every day. Any of you guys that are new here, and you might notice if you look through my channel, there's a lot of races that are, races with buddies. Like this is just the tutorial, and sometimes I do speed builds. And most of the time I do races. So if you like those races and you want to be in on them, look in the description here. There's a link to the clan. That's Ahoy Clan. We accept everybody. If you go and join Ahoy Clan, we'll make sure to send you invites when it's race time. We'll make sure to give you updates whenever we do any kind of special events. Whenever we choose jobs for the races, we try to look through the crew jobs first, try to highlight those if at all possible. I mean, of course, we have our regular creators that we know are tried and true, but I'm always keeping my eyes out for the new guys. Like I know Max Laser's been making some good stuff, and Tibbins is making some good stuff out there. There's been a couple crew guys. I mean, there's the regulars. I don't want to mention them because they get plenty of credit already. I'm trying to mention the new guys. So yeah. Anyways, if you guys are into race creating, or just into racing, or just kind of want to see yourself in the videos, join Ahoy Clan. The only rule we have in the races, don't grief to a point where we can't make our videos. It's fun crashing us, that's fine. It's fun blowing us up, that's fine. Getting out and parking your car in front of the ramp, it's not clever. I just told you right now exactly what it is, so it's not like it's not the first thing anyone's ever done. It's happened a billion goddamn times, but whenever it happens, I just edit that person out of the video. They're just not going to make it, and we make sure to usually not invite them after that. So guys, if you like being in the videos, feel free to join along. If you want to shoot us and knock us out, that's fine. If you want to be that dick that parks your car in front of the ramp, good knowing ya. So anyways, just thought I'd get that out. Serious time. But back to fun time, because look at this. We are almost freaking done with this ramp. See? That's the one ramp part with the blue wall. So once you get down there, like the sideways ones, you're going to be going to flat again, so you actually don't need a ramp there. Why do I put a ramp there? Am I stupid? Am I stupid? Maybe I wanted to get one more angle of swoop on this. And Booyakasha, come on. This is infuriating. Whenever I do this kind of stuff on the game and it doesn't go right away, I just want to smash my controller. I just want to break it in 1,000 little pieces. And then it goes, and all the tension goes away. So, yeah, we're at the flat part now. On the flat part, you can go ahead and just float a box straight up there because the top of it's already flat, of course. See, I have a problem here. Do you see that angle? That is because when I was putting the green containers on the wall, they weren't twisted completely right, and you can see where that angle is affecting me. So what's important here is that you don't have any lips. So you can see I went ahead and I made it so that it drops you rather than bumps you into stuff no matter what, because you're going to be flying by pretty fast. Your car's barely going to notice that. So I rose another container underneath the edge of that one so I can kind of use it as a leveler. See? And then bam! And then repeat that for a couple, so it gives you a little bit of a runoff. And then we're going to want to lift you just a little bit. So remember when we started and we put one rep right in the center? Look at that, back to square one. Since it's such a simple angle, you can go ahead and just do the switch glitch on it. Scoot it as close to the other ramp as possible to make sure the seams overlap. And this is almost done here. So guys, thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll have a speed build, tutorials, races all coming for you real soon. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Eat a dick, in a bitch, ahoy, all that jazz. I'll see you all real soon.